Hello class 11, hope you all are fine. This is your English class, and in this class I will be teaching you prose, the first chapter. And the first chapter is the Leela's Friend. You will get this chapter in your Mindscape book. This is chapter 1. So please take out Mindscape to chapter 1, that is Leela's Friend. Siddha was hanging about the gate at a moment when Mr. Shiva Shankar was standing in the front veranda of his house, brooding over the servant problem. So Siddha was hanging about the gate and he was moving around. During that time, Mr. Shiva Shankar, he was standing in the front of his veranda and he was thinking about the servant problem. He was facing a servant problem, so he was having this problem. Sir, do you want a servant? Siddha asked. So Siddha asked, Sir, do you want a servant? Come in, said Mr. Shiva Shankar. Mr. Shiva Shankar said to Siddha, okay, come in. As Siddha opened the gate and come in, Mr. Shiva Shankar subjected him to a scrutiny and said to himself, doesn't seem to be a bad sort. At any rate, the fellow looks tidy. So during that time, he examined, Mr. Shiva Shankar examined Siddha very properly and said, he doesn't seem to be a bad guy. He seems to be a good guy. He looks tidy also. He's properly neat and clean. Where were you before? So he asks him that, where did you work before? Siddha said, in a bungalow there, and indicated a way somewhere in the doctor's house. So he said, yeah, I worked in a bungalow and it was the doctor's house. What is his name? So what was the name of the doctor? Obviously he has to investigate the matter because he is a new person. He is a stranger and he is going to stay with them in his house. So obviously he is going to question him. I don't know, master, said Siddha. He lives near the market. He said, I don't know, sir. Actually, he lives near the market. Why did they send you away? So what happened? What happened? Why did you leave the job? Why did they send you away? They left the town, master, Siddha said, giving the stock reply. Then he said, actually, sir, they left the place. So I had to leave the job. Mr. Shiva Shankar was unable to make up his mind. He called his wife. He was unable to decide. Make up his mind means he was unable to decide whether he would, whether he would allow Siddha in their house or not. So, in order to take the decision, he called on for his wife. She looked at Siddha and said, he doesn't seem to be worse than the others we have had. So, then she said that he seems to be the same. He doesn't seem to be extraordinary, neither he seems to be worse than the others. He is the same old chap that we had as our servants. Leela, their 5-year-old daughter, came out, looked at Siddha and gave a cry of joy. Oh father, she said, I like him. Don't send him away. Let us keep him in our house. And then that decided it. So this small girl, she didn't know Siddha at all, but somehow she felt that Siddha was really a good person, and she said her father that, Father, I really like him. Don't send him away. Siddha was given 2 meals a day. Siddha was given 2 meals and a 4 rupee a month, and she was given 4 rupees a month. In return for which he washed clothes, tended the garden, ran errands. Ran errands means he went places in order to deliver something on behalf of them. Chopped woods, so he cut woods, he washed clothes, he tended the garden, keeping it neat and tidy, and he also looked after Leela. Siddha, come and play, Leela would cry. Leela loved Siddha very much, so Leela would cry, Siddha, come and play. Siddha had to drop any work he might be doing and run to her, as she stood in the front garden with a red ball in her hand. And whenever Leela would do this, Siddha would leave anything that he would be doing and would go to her for the work, to play with her. Then what would happen, see, as as she stood in the front garden with a red ball in her hand. So she used to have a red ball in her hand. With the help of that, they used to play. His company made her supremely happy. So he was very happy with his company. She flung the ball. Flung the ball means put it at the top. Flung the ball, and he flung it back, and then he catched it. And then she said, "Now throw the ball into the sky." And then now throw the ball into the sky. Siddha clutched the ball, closed his eyes for a second, threw the ball up. When the ball came down again, he said, "Now this has touched the moon, and come, you see there's a little bit of moon sticking." So he used to say, "See, I had put the ball up and it had touched the moon. Come here, see, it has some bits of moon in it. So hold it, you will feel the moon, portions of moon over here, bits of moon over here." Leela keenly examined the ball for the traces of moon and said, "I don't see it." So she used to take the ball, she used to examine it like this, and then she says, "No, I don't see any traces of moon here." Then Siddha used to say, "See what? You must be very quick about it," said Siddha, "because it will all evaporate and go back to the moon. You need to be faster to see that, because the portion of which it has got from the moon, it is going to evaporate very early and it is going to leave. Now hurry up." He covered the ball tightly with his finger and allowed her to peep through a little gap. So he took the ball, covered it up, and through this little gap he allowed her to see the ball. "Ah yes," said Leela, "I see the moon. But is the moon very wet?" "Certainly it is." So then Leela used to say, "I see the moon." So Siddha said, "Yeah." Then Leela asked that, "Is the moon very wet?" Siddha said, "Yes, certainly it is, obviously." "What is in the sky, Siddha?" he used to ask. "God," he said. "If we stand on the roof, stretch our arms, can we touch the sky?" If we go up and stretch our arms, so can we touch the sky? "Not if we stand on the roof here," he said. "But if you stand on a coconut tree, you can touch the sky. Not over here. But if you go and you stand on the moon, if you go and stand on the coconut tree, then definitely you will be able to touch the sky." "Have you done it?" asked Leela. "Yes, many times," said Leela. "Whenever there is a big moon, I climb up a coconut tree and touch it." "Does the moon know you?" "Yes, very well." "Now come with me, I'll show you something nice." So see children, she is asking, the moon knows you. Siddha is saying, "Yes, it knows me very well." So see, by the conversation that they are having, you can understand that Leela is so very innocent. Whatever Siddha would say, she would believe that, and Siddha would also love Leela very much. These are the stories that he used to draw up in order to make everything very interesting for her. Am I clear? We can understand the childish behavior that Leela had from here. Then they said, they were standing near the rose plant. He said, pointing, "You see the moon there, don't you?" So Siddha had taken Leela near the rose plant, and from there he said, "See, there is the moon. Can you see that moon?" So children, these are the first 2 pages of Leela's friend. In the next video, I shall continue with the rest of the part of the story. Thank you.